Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's been a few weeks. I had my tonsils removed, and apparently, getting your throat cauterized is a little bit of a healing process. Today, I am going to be playing an interesting best of one deck. Strixhaven has just come out recently, and I have made a list built around pests, a fantastic little token mechanic. It's almost like an aristocrat style deck here. You've got a bunch of cards that are about sacrificing things and um, getting value off of it. So there's a bunch of life gain. You've got Bastion of Remembrance. You've got Dina, which is going to be whenever you lose life, you gain life. And then you've got great cards like Sedgemoor Witch, as well as some vetoes here. A few Fiend Artisans to be able to tutor up whatever you want. I have found out that I love 3-ofs. If you can't tell, I've got an incredibly high amount of 3-ofs, with the only 4-ofs being lands, Sedgemoor Witch, and Hunt for Specimens. As this is a best of one deck, there's no reason for us not to play some lessons here in the sideboard. A couple environmental sciences for fixing for mana, pest summoning, which is great to curve into if we don't need mana, and introduction to annihilation is just going to be removal, which is fantastic late game if the option comes available. Ideally, our plan is hunt for specimens into. Ideally, our options are hunt for specimens into pest summonings. Pardon my yawning there. And then we want to do something like Sedgemoor Witch into Plumb the Forbidden is actually insanely powerful, as it'll replace every single thing that we sacrifice with pests for Plumb the Forbidden because it copies it, and Sedgemoor Witch says when you copy it, you make a pest. Let's go ahead, get into the game, see how this goes. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, this is super cool, actually. I really like that avatar. Maybe that's what I should be playing for Pest, right? We are going to mulligan this. This is a much better keep. What are we throwing back? I think we're throwing back the... Ooh. I almost want to say the Dina here, right? Like, this is going to draw us into more things. Yeah, I think we say Dina. Go Fabled Passage. Get a green source. And then we're going to go Hunt for Specimens. And then after that... Submit, Hunt for Specimens. We might be versus a mirror match here. We go Environmental Sciences. And then next turn we can go Environmental Sciences, Swamp. Sack the Pest with Village Rights. Yep, no blocks. It's fine, you can get another one. I have seen a few of these serrated scorpions going around. Just like a one drop, right? I just value Village Rights more, I think. Ooh, that is a Sedgemoor Witch, but I think we're just going to reliably get a Swamp. We're going to play a Swamp. And we're going to end the turn. So, idea is we're going to Village Rights when they attack. Get some cards, mitigate some life loss, call it a day. Our opponent's also Environmental Sciences. I'm wondering, are they just mono black maybe? Alright, so effectively take no damage this turn. Or are they going to tutor a big green source here? Yeah, they tutored the green. Okay, so they're not mono black. Should make sense. So let's just play a Wolf Strider here. And then next turn we can Deadly Brew, get back Fabled Passage. We'd like to actually draw land. So we can play Sedgemoor Witch, then Deadly Brew, then get back the Fabled Passage. That sequence just seems better. Yep. Drain me for 2. Go to 24. Pretty close to the mirror here, I think, though. They have a Bastion before me, which is a little bit rough, but that's okay. Alright, let's see. Not a land, but it is a Plumb the Forbidden. So I think our play then is going to be Deadly Brew. Sacrifice the goat. Greatest of all time right there. Get the Fabled Passage. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to play Fabled Passage. We're going to crack the Fabled Passage for black. And we're going to play the Fiend Artisan. Or do we play the Sedgemoor into open mana? How many creatures do we have in our graveyard? None. How important is it to tutor for veto next turn? Let's play the Sedgemoor Witch. We can be a little bit greedy. Let them block or take 3. Yeah, they're just going to take 3. That's what I would do at 25 life. Value the Pest more as a multi-sack outlet. I mean, yeah, get back your Scorpion. It does suck. I did kind of want to tend the Pests and then Plumb the Forbidden, but might not be an option available to us with a Golden Apprentice. Okay. What we're going to do here then, I guess, is we're going to Bastion of Remembrance and we're playing Fiend Artisan. Now this does have Menace, so we could attack in, but I think we value Plumb the Forbidden more. Requiem seems decent. Does not have double blackboard though. So we'll definitely want to keep Tend the Pest up because he is going to exile something next turn. So we're kind of playing instant speed next turn. Could play Woe Strider here. And then we could get one big Plumb the Forbidden before Sedgemoor Witch is dead. Or we could just save Fiend Artisan and get a Dina, and then still have access to all of these spells. Let's go ahead and we'll respond. I can only activate this as a sorcery. Oops. Should have grabbed the Dina, I guess. Oh well, I was gonna Tend the Pest, Plumb the Forbidden anyways, right? Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah? The Witherbloom Apprentice. Am I dead, actually? No, I'm at 30 life, though. Witherbloom Apprentice seems pretty good in this, when you can plumb like that. Containment Breach. Yeah. Alright, I think we need to go ahead and just do this right now. Not ideal, but we're going to actually can't see this. I'm, like, squinting here. A little bit of slow rolling on these draw the cards. Yep, Pest summoning. Alright, let's grab Pleiadina. And let's play Plum the Forbidden for 5. Should be a sequence where I gain the life. Do some draining with Dina here. We're going to play a Necrowound Snarl. Submit this. Play Plum the Forbidden on 6. Wait, no, that doesn't just win us the game. We're gonna Mortality Spear the Bastion. No attacks. Actually, do we have another Sedgemoor Witch? No, we don't actually. 1, 2, 3. We do get a win next turn, I think, though. Actually, we might be 1 mana off. Probably Necrotic Fumes, Exiles, something, right? Like, that makes sense. Pest Summon, okay. Okay, has not dealt with my Bastion of Remembrance. Oh. Good game. They had another Plum the Forbidden. Yep. That'll do it. Yep. Witherbloom Apprentice looked pretty good there, actually, with Plum the Forbidden. On to the next one. Oh. So, I mean, you can kind of see how the game plan is. It's just a bunch of, like, repetitive kind of aristocrat outlets of draining 1. This is a pretty good hand. We got 3 lands. We got decent curve. Not a ton of gas here, but we've got enablers, which is good. I think we're going to start with a Fabled Passage, and just get Black Source. Is our opponent going to go Fervent Knights? Back to back to back. Woe Strider's pretty good here. Swamp. Let us play our cards, please, opponent. You are mono red. Oh, no, the red blue. Could be a tempo deck. No, it's cycle. Jeskai cycle. Yeah, we're gonna reveal this. We're gonna play Dina. We could have played Deadly Brew, but we actually want to have Sedgemoor Witch. Ooh, this is gonna be rough, actually. Because they're gonna start getting 1/1s that we can't really outpace. So I think here we're gonna play. I think we play a Sedgemoor Witch here. There's no point attacking with our 1/3. We're hoping that our opponent is actually a like Jeskai cycle deck with the Improbable Alliance. But we don't really have removal for Improbable Alliance other than Mortality Spear. Which is unfortunate. We don't have any board wipes. So we could Deadly Brew here, sack the Dina, play a Dina, get back the Fabled Passage. We'd like to have the Bastion of Remembrance though, so let's just plan for that for this next turn. We're just hoping to stabilize, just build up a nice board for too long. Okay, so our opponent's going to have double Improbable Alliance. It's a little bit of a tricky situation, especially since we're pretty non-interactive. Gonna get 2 fairies. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do here, unfortunately. Because we don't have our interactive cards. We're gonna take what? Just 2? He's not swinging it with the Advanced Stingers. Yep. Alright. So we actually got a Bastion of Remembrance. So we can Bastion into Deadly Brew here. We can sack the Pest. And we can get back this Fabled Passage. So really we'd love a Plumb the Forbidden from the top. That would be, I think, ideal. I mean, double Plumb the Forbidden is like perfect, right? But we're still in this, unless they have Zenith Flare, right? Zenith Flare is only 4, so we're okay. They're down to 2 cards in hand. That is not the card we want. See if they counter the Woe Strider. Alright. Well, we have the ability to gain life if we need to. Ideally, though, what do we do here? Opponent plays the 3rd Improbable Alliance. Well, this is very improbable. Oh man, these yawns are gonna get the best of me here. They only have 3 fairies. What happened to one of them? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's because they got... Sure. Oh, they sacrificed one, that's right. Okay, Feed Artisan's actually really good. Because this will let us tutor for whatever, right? So we can get Veto. Next turn. Let's go ahead and get a Black Source. So we need to not be dead. Can't escape this, so there's no point in doing that. Let's try to think if we could attack with the Woe Strider for free. If they have removal for the Fiend Artisan, they have removal for the Fiend Artisan. Alright, so this puts them at 5 cards. We're at 5. They get a bunch of fairies. What do we need? We need land off the top. Or are we dead? We might actually just be dead here. So let's sack the goat. Gain some life. Plumb the Forbidden. Plumb the Forbidden, I lose life, but I'll gain life? We'll keep it on top, I think. The question is do we need to gain more life here? Let's go with no. Just go to 2. Because how Plumb the Forbidden is worded. What we want to do here is we're going to sack 4 things. Can we get vetoed? Can we be greedy? If we're greedy, I think we win. Let's be greedy. X equals 3. Well, auto pay. Sack a soldier. And we're gonna get veto. Could have got Sedgemoor Witch. Could have been really greedy there. And we're gonna Plumb the Forbidden. Sacrifice 2. Do we win? Should I have sacrificed 3? I think we win with 2. Yeah, because we have Strider, so we'll win here. Just barely pulling it out at the end. All we had to do was just stabilize. Zenith Flare is 6 damage. So we can sack this to draw or gain life. I think we sack the Sedgemoor Witch, because I think the trigger's on the stack, right? There we go. Easy peasy. Yeah, they were sitting on Zenith Flare the whole time. I wasn't even scared. Let's see here. Yeah, because like maybe I shouldn't have Tend the Pest. I should have Witherbloom Apprentice. We'll keep this. It's not ideal, yeah, because Tend the Pest just doesn't do a lot. Alright, opponent's Fabled Passage. We could play Fabled Passage, but I think we actually just go Slogan Board Pathway. Yeah, maybe I'll revisit this and look at the Witherbloom Apprentices. Edgewall. Yeah, 100% we're going to just Deadly Brew right here. Can't have him getting that much value out of that. Let's see. Is our opponent just green or red adventures? It looks like it. Do we Immortality Spear the Lovestruck Beast? Or do we play Veto? I think we play Veto. And I actually think we probably play into Village Rights the Veto. But okay, they're Temur Adventures. Seems good. Great Henge. Okay, they can just play the Great Henge. Yeah, I didn't think about that. And they have an Innkeeper, of course. Seems very good. So we have the Mortality Spear, the Great Henge. Yep. Oh, of course, they had another one too, right? So go here, Village Rights, Sacrifice Veto. A lot of lands. Unfortunately, we have to Mortality Spear that. And take a lot of damage this next turn. Yeah, Tend the Pest is feeling a little bit like a dead card consistently. Yeah, we're just taking what, 8? Well, we can play Sedgemoor Witch. Unless it gets countered. Which would be a damn shame, honestly. Play Fiend Artisan. Unless it gets countered. If it will pass it, we're gonna crack it. We're gonna grab black. What do we have as options here? Because they've got 13 damage on board. If they swing out. Like, I think we're just dead on board. Tend the Pest being non-interactive is brutal. Oh, yeah. That is the game. So why don't we take a look at this? I'm going to look at Tend the Pest, right? I feel like the card's kind of dead. Alright, so we did a little bit of editing here to get the Witherbloom Apprentices in. We also went up to 4 Plumb the Forbiddens as well. I changed the sideboard a little bit. I decided to throw in a couple Necrotic Fumes instead of Introduction to Annihilation, as well as a single Containment Breach. Just that way we can get rid of an artifact or enchantment if we need to with our tutoring. I think we're still going to keep Hunt for Specimens here instead of the other Gain 4 Life and Learn. I think valuing the Pest is pretty high. So we've got it commons, uncommons, rares, and then lands. Lands, obviously, we've got 12 rares here, 13 rares with a single Castle Locklane. Effectively, the plan's still kind of the same, but we're looking to combo off with Plumb the Forbidden. Ideally, we want to be able to go into Witherbloom Apprentice, into Sedgemoor Witch, into Plumb the Forbidden of some kind, which would be fantastic. I don't know if there's any other cards that we want that would be making pests. We could look at, let's see, something like the Callous Blood Mage, right? Which, you know, 3 mana makes a pest and the Blood Mage, which is actually really pretty efficiently costed to make 2 creatures to be able to sack for value. But I think we're going to keep it with this. I actually think what we might do as well is we're going to go up to the 4th Bastion, and we're going to go down a Veto. The reason being is Bastion's stackable, Veto is not. Wolfstrider's in here as a free sack outlet, but it does not have to necessarily exist. I think Wolfstrider is probably one of the weak cards, but it does have Escape, which we do care about if we ever face rogues. Otherwise, yep. This is how we're going to run it back here for pests, and we're going to see kind of how this goes. So without further ado, let's get to the games. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and keep this. We'll just start with Castle Locklane. We've got a little bit of flexibility in our design here. Let's see what we want to do. We're playing 3-drop Tribal. Alright. What do we want to do? Opponent, it's turn 2. You should not be this deep in the tank. I believe in you. So let's see here. Our opponent has taken 10 years. Alright, I guess listen to Hearthstone, you know, it's a little bit of a slower game, it's okay. I understand. Okay. Really big on the learn plan here, it looks like. Let's go Pathway, Black. Let's just play Bastion of Remembrance here. We can be able to pass its Mortality Spear if we need to. Our opponent's probably really big on this Pest summoning. Okay, got a Sedgemoor Witch. I think we want to Mortality Spear that. We'll just take the 3 damage that we take. So we're just going to go ahead and Mortality Spear, Sedgemoor Witch. Yep, we'll pay 3 life. And ooh, no attacks. It'd be great if we could Sedgemoor and then like Plumb the Forbidden. Yes, I think that was good that we got rid of the Witch. A lot of mirror matches today. Oh, perfect. Are we going to be greedy is the question. I kind of want to be greedy. Let's just play a Sedgemoor Witch. And then next turn we can play... I mean, can we be really greedy? Like hyper greedy? Because that's tempting. Okay, our opponent resolves a Witch. Do they have a land? Lovestruck Beast? Okay. I do like the Lovestruck Beast in a lot of these versions because it does make another 1/1 and then you have a 5/5. I do like this when you're playing 10 the Pests. Our opponent does have a much wider board than us. And we're at 13 somehow. I think we're going to play another Sedgemoor Witch. And Dina. We might be dead. If they have a Plumb the Forbidden, we're actually dead, though. Because we make tokens. Yeah, if this is a Plumb the Forbidden, we're dead. If it's not a Plumb the Forbidden, we're okay. Okay, so they've just got a really wide board. But we're not in a terrible situation. Ideally, what do we draw? The sack token thing, and then Plumb the Forbidden? Something. Actually, Hunt for Specimens, I think, is the ideal draw, right? Opponent's deep in the tank about doing 1 damage in the air that I can't block. Second Plumb the Forbidden is actually really good. So I could first Plumb the Forbidden, right? I think we try to actually chain these together. Just sack 1. That'll get us to what, 4 pests? Ooh. Land. Witherbloom. This is actually a really good turn. 1, 4, 2, 3, 4. How much damage is this actually? There should be quite a bit with Bastion of Remembrance, right? Holy cow. I think we just did 18 damage in 1 turn. That's actually insane. Yeah, Witherbloom Apprentice really pulling through right there. I'm not gonna try to say this person's name. We got 3 lands. Necroblossom Snarl's pretty slow. We do have the Sedgemoor Plumb the Forbidden, so I think we keep this. We're versus Yorion, though, so it's probably Sultai Ultimatum. Scry to the top. Let's start with a Snarl. Shadowlands are generally okay, but they're not fantastic. do we want to Deadly Brew the Tangled Florahedron? That is a great question. Because then we won't be able to play Sedgemoor Witch on time, right? I think the answer is yes. Get them away from ramping. Kind of 1-for-1, not ideal. But yeah, it's just a 2-mana removal spell, right? Unfortunate that we can't play this Bastion of Remembrance, but it is what it is. See what our opponent's doing. They played Yorion, or just got Yorion to hand. So maybe counterspell here. I think we just play. Okay, no counterspell. Let's Environmental Sciences. Go ahead and crack this. We're gonna get a. Doesn't matter. We'll get a Swamp. Who cares? Play Environmental Sciences. Oh, maybe our opponent does have interaction? No, apparently not. Go to 22. Omen's good. They're playing at sorcery speed though, so not a bad situation to be in overall. I mean, maybe they just don't have a lot of counter magic at all. I mean, it is Sultai, so we'll have to see here. Hit their 5th land drop. Probably Scryed for that, actually. So let's run it like this then. We're gonna run Dina out. I mean, if they have Mystical Dispute, right, like, we can pay for it. We're gonna run the Bastion out as well. We're gonna be greedy here. They probably have the ability to counter it. Like, this is Mystical Dispute mana, exactly. Huh. We'll just kill Dina then. Oh, that's fine with us. We'll get it for 1. So next turn I can be greedy. We can play Sedgemoor into Village Rites, hoping to draw land to be able to plumb the Forbidden. Which would be ideal. Or we could just plumb the Forbidden twice. I think we plumb the Forbidden twice. Sack 2. Maybe in 3 cards we draw land. Draw a black source. That is not a black source, that is untapped, so that is okay. Alright. That's an ultimatum. Question is, what does our opponent take here? So I think they can. What are they gonna ultimate? Bornicle, ultimate Valky. Yeah, I think we don't want them to take the extra turn. They can have the Valky ultimate. Exile my graveyard, or they can exile a creature with Vornaclex on the battlefield. Like, it's whatever. I think this is not the biggest concern we have. There you go, you got triple red. Oh, he can play those, that's right. For forgot that's how Valky works. Or Tibble. Yeah, I mean, that's really not that spooky of a turn. We got double Mortality Spear here. And a Deadly Brew. Perfect. Untapped is actually ideal. So we're gonna Village Rites. Go ahead and sack this. Get us some Sedgemoor Witch triggers. We're going to Mortality Spear. Warclicks. Mortality Spear. This thing. Play Green Source. Deadly Brew. Sack a token. What are we gonna get back? We'll attack with the Menace. Oh, can you just play these indefinitely? What the f— Oh, it's just, you just get an emblem that you can just play these cards? That's insane. Card's nuts. Especially since you can cast it for free. But none of these cards are particularly exciting for me. Like, he's got an Eliminate, I guess. Oh. He's gonna look for board wipe. Exiling my board's pretty brutal here, for sure. Yeah, Shadow's Verdict. Give me back my Fabled Passage, you son of a gun. Alright. Did it. You exiled my board. That's pretty neat. I'll take 4. Hunt for Specimens actually would be really good here. Because then I could Hunt for Specimen, well, I could Witherbloom, Hunt for Specimens, make Pests, sack them. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 5, 7, 9. Ooh, I'd be 1 mana shy. Oh, another Ultimatum. Nice. I think in this one we maybe let him take the extra turn. Unless you grab a Stubble Board Wipe. If you grab Stubble Board Wipe, you grab Stubble Board Wipe. I think Hunt for Specimens is probably ideal, right? Our opponent's very low. Alright. So we could draw a ton of cards, take an extra turn. I think, because I don't have an answer to cure a Best of Sea God. This card's super annoying. Alright, draw a bunch of cards, take an extra turn. Whatever. What am I gonna do? Okay, that does unfortunately make it a little harder for us to win. Alright, has another Ultimatum. So really cool. Very interesting gameplay. Casts things for free. Our opponent has to think long and hard about what they want to play. What are you going to do, opponent? I didn't scoop at the first one. Didn't scoop at the second one. Still at 20 life. You have 3 million cards in hand. honestly, I hate Emergent Ultimatum. Card's so toxic. Alright. What's our play? How do we get out of this? I actually don't know what gets us out of this, to be honest. Our opponent's at 10. Like, we're very close to being able to win, but not close enough, unfortunately. Maybe we shouldn't have let him take an extra turn last time. I mean, we can Bastion. Opponent has what? 2 men open? Weather Blow. We're going to do this on our end step because our opponent probably plans to kill this Witherbloom, so we're going to plumb in response. Because we have to plumb in response. We're going to sacrifice 1 here. This is non-creature. Okay, so I gotta keep the D now, which is good. Opponent's at 3, though. Okay, there's 6. Tap my Bastions in Remembrance. That's good. It's good play. Okay, Professor Onyx. I actually did want to try this in the deck too, but it just seems so expensive. Alright, if they have 1 more instant or sorcery, we do lose. But man, we stuck it out this whole time. Alright, that's 1 more. You got 1 more spell, or do I get to untap? I mean, our opponent's at 9, they were able to just barely stabilize this whole game. Play Restraw, everybody. Yep. Fabled Passage isn't going to cut it, and that's the game. Unfortunate situation, but what can you do? Like, we're trying to get there before our opponent gets there. I mean, my curve ends at 3. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We got Hunt for Specimens into... I think we want Pest, right? Yeah. We'll decline. You know what? I actually should have Fabled Passage first. Big misplay on my part, but it's okay. Never punished. We're gonna Hunt for Specimens, and we actually want Pest something. We might be versus the Mirror again. We'll have to see how this pans out. Playing Woodland Chasms. I wonder if that means they're running... what's the card? Actually, I think we play Bastion of Remembrance here. I think that's more important. Because that means these pests are better. We have Mortality Spear in case they play something spooky this turn. We really want to just draw land Revenge of Ravens. Neat. Alright, so how do we want to do this then? I could Pest Summonings, or I could guarantee the land drop. Guaranteeing the land drop does sound pretty nice, actually. Since we want a combo. So let's guarantee the land drop. Could get Containment Breach, actually. Which is what I should do, but I'm not going to because I'm a greedy guy. So we'll guarantee the land drop for this next turn. No attacks, which is going to let us play Plum of the Forbidden if we need to. But really what we want is we want to draw Sedgemoor Witch off the top, so we can Sedgemoor Witch into Plum of the Forbidden, which is insanely strong, obviously. If not, we're just going to play Pest Summoning, and then just plan to have Plum the Forbidden or Village Rites, realistically. Okay, so it's Lifegain. So we won't do any damage to him here. So what I think we do is we go Mortality Spear. And let's get rid of Revenge of the Ravens. And we're just gonna bring him down to 18. Call it good. We're gonna Village Rites, sacking the Human Soldier, I think, after this. Yeah, we're gonna Village Rites. Sack the Soldier. We're gonna lose our Bastion, but it is what it is. Oh, we get another one. Let's see, and a Medina, actually, which is really good. Ooh, and a Sedgemoor Witch. So let's actually play for next turn to be the big turn, right? They can just keep gaining 2 life. We're actually fine with that. We want to do a big turn anyways. I'd like to land veto would be really good. Like land veto Pest Summoning, and then we could do a really big turn. Ooh, Pests. Wait, what? Oh, aren't the chosen type. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna go Pests. Veto. Here you go. Witch. Plum the Forbidden. Yep. Opponent just never got to draw their 5th land. I think taking him off the Cosmos, like, just letting him gain life with Cosmos and not letting them drain us was good. High in H. 3 lands, Hunt for Specimens, Sedgemoor, Veto, Woe Strider. Woe Strider does kind of feel like the weaker card here. Mono red. What are we doing with mono red? If we draw land, we are going to... we didn't draw land, so it doesn't matter. We're going to get Environmental Sciences. Interesting. Yep, Pest gets shocked. Gain a life, cool. We're okay with the token eating a shock. Relic Robber, interesting. I think in this case, what do we do here? Do we play the Woe Strider? I think we play the Woe Strider. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep a Village Rites on top. Seems fine. I mean, he can pump these. Yeah, that's an Embercleave. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Oh, if that's the case, though, like, I can block here. Yeah. Just gonna show him I can sack that. these relics. They mean nothing to me. Alright. Let's Sedgemoor. Get in for 3 here. Okay. Think to make a pest. I think we can block. Actually, let's block here. Block here. Sedgemoor Witch on top. We actually need it to be a land. Or Mortality Spear, right? Another Sedgemoor Witch. Interesting. Deadly Brew is actually good here, because then we can go hunt for specimens, we can get Containment Breach, we can play Deadly Brew, we can sacrifice this, he'll sacrifice his relic thing, we can get back the Fabled Passage, we can play the Fabled Passage, we can get a green source. And everybody's happy. And we're just going to leave this back just in case, because if he gets a hasty creature and you can equip the Embercleave, we might die. Let's go Witherbloom Apprentice, Containment Breach. Targeting the Embercleave, drain for 1. I think we stabilize, I think we're okay. Yeah. I think our opponent's pretty sad overall that we had Ghostwriter. Like, if they saved their shock early on to not using a pest, I think we're okay. I don't think they have a 5-mana haste, right? So I think we're fine. I think next turn we probably just play Bio and then Environmental Sciences, right? It's a 3-1 Rimrock Knight. And let's grab a black source. Can't block, right? Actually, I think what's going to happen, because if he has exactly Embercleave, I think we have to double block the Rimrock Knight. Okay, we did it. Because if he had exactly Embercleave, we would have died, actually, if we didn't double block. So, it was good. That man should play Forging the Tyrite Sword. Go white-red, right? War versus Althum. The Inkling guy. Silver Quill. Interesting. We're gonna keep this. We'd like to draw land. But we can force a land drop at least to get to 3. Nothing else. Let's hunt for specimens. Alright, let's just start with Swamp. Our opponent mulled to 6, I think, so should be alright. Okay. Hunt for specimens. We grab Environmental Sciences, so that way for sure we have a land drop next turn. Alright. What do we want to let him discard? Maybe veto here? Yeah, let's just go with a veto. Because we need this environmental sciences, unfortunately. Play the environmental sciences. Get a black source. Play the black source. No attackers. Big surprise. Are we versus, like, rogues? I mean, it's blue-black. There's a rogue. Could be rogues. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, so we're in Thosleeve. Doesn't have flash? Yeah, why do we play it? Oh, I guess just for the mill too. No blocks. I think this lets us play the Bash in Remembrance, right? Like, no attacks. Is he going to be more control or is he going to be mill? We're at 5 cards in graveyard right now. So let's find out. Because what we actually don't want to go against is a bunch of counter magic. Because we've got a lot of things that we don't interact with. Plumb the Forbiddens is still really good. But they don't have double blue. But that doesn't mean they can't. Okay. No blue mana. They played a Wind Robber. We're going to go no blocks. We're okay with this. This is really good for us because they've just double black. Are they going to use a removal on a token? Probably not. So what we want to do here is we want to play this. We're going to play a Sedgemoor Witch. And we're going to attack with both creatures here. We're going to see if they want to trade. I don't think they will. So we'll get in our free damage. And then we're going to Plumb the Forbidden. Sacrificing 2. Get 3 tokens back here. Alright, perfect. And did we play our land for the turn? I think we did, yeah. Ooh, another Plumb the Forbidden would be fantastic, but I think we're going to have to lock the Wayne Village raids. We do have 8 cards in our graveyard, but we're at 19, so I think we're okay. Our opponent sees the Sedgemoor, which says, hey, actually, maybe this card's a problem, but do you want to pay 3 life to get rid of it? Yeah. Yep. They'll kick a Bloodchief Thirst, and they'll pay 3 life. And that's fine with us. We have a Witherbloom Apprentice, which puts us in a pretty good spot, I think, still. Okay, we milled a Woe Strider. We might actually just do Woe Strider things here. Which is going to shut off a lot of what they've got going on. So, Castle Lochthwain. We can Woe Strider. Which is going to make this go down by 5, which puts it to 7. So they'll still be able to pump, so that doesn't matter a ton. So why don't we just go Dina. And then Witherbloom. And then attack. See if they block. Alright. Just get free damage in. I'm okay with this. Sack 1. Drain for like 3 or something, because that's going to be Dina does 1. Witherbloom Apprentice does 1, Bastion does 1, Dina does another one. That's 4 damage, actually. So, opponent's thinking long and hard about taking 1 damage a bunch of times. Oh, it's 5 damage, actually. Super good. If I sack this, I mean, yeah. If I sack this, we go. Let's see. Play something for my graveyard. Let's see here. Zareth. Let's see. No blocks. Oh wait, what? Why is this not attacking? It's weird. Let's see here. Oh, good game. Because I think I just sacked this, right? Gain a life, drain twice. Yeah, I think we just won that one anyways. Hey everybody, it's that time of the video where we get to wrap up and kind of talk our thoughts. I was a huge fan of the deck, and I think we learned that sometimes the best snack is one that's forbidden, and pests are something that I think are here to stay. This is a fantastic Aristocrat style deck. Hopefully you guys can get as much fun out of it as I did. And I think it's honestly a bit of a powerhouse. We were able to compete with a couple of the higher end decks. And I think basically all the games were winnable. That said, I didn't pilot the deck to optimal efficiency, but I do think I got to showcase how strong it can be and just how much damage can just come out from nowhere, apparently. Plum the Forbidden is just a fantastic card, and being able to chain Plum the Forbidden into Plum the Forbidden with Sedgemoor Witch is just incredibly powerful. Not to mention, you've got the outlets of like Dina and Passion of Remembrance and Vita just to make that even stronger, and those kind of just compound on each other as far as these beneficiary effects for, just one single pest dying, right? All in all, though, I had a fantastic time playing the deck, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. I'd love to hear any feedback that you guys have in the comments below, and as the clickbait algorithm says we have to do, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff to make it so that maybe friends of friends get to see this on YouTube or whatever. I'd love to bring you guys more decks. I'm going to try to do that going forwards. As time allows. I'm all healed up though, so I shouldn't have to take, a 3-week hiatus again anytime soon. Otherwise, you guys have a fantastic day and best of luck. May your top decks always be in your favor.